Thank you, Kate Silale, for updating us on the current situation as the festivities approach. Let's cross over to the political scene. A section of leaders have criticized the Deputy President, opposing referendum calls. The leaders from Western region have termed Deputy President's comments as malicious and uncouth. And Masharia has more details on this story.
Deputy President William Ruto has come under fire for reportedly undermining the unity deal between President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition boss Raila Odinga by opposing calls for referendum. NASA leaders asking the Deputy President to stop his continued frequent visits in Western region. Ruto on Sunday said Kenyans cannot be hoodwinked to support a change for the constitution whose sole agenda was to reward some individuals with senior government positions, dismissing the push for a referendum as idle talk and beneficial to the few individual.
Wanataka kuturudisha ati twende tugombane, tutafute viti ya wadosi. Wanatuambia ya kwamba ati kiti ya MCA kwa sababu iko chini pale haina maana. Mimi nataka niwaambie hawa viongozi ambao wanafikiria ya kwamba kuna wajinga Kenya ati watatupangia ati sisi tubadilishe maneno ati kuwafaidi wao wawe na viti ya kugawana. Mimi nataka niwaambie hawa wangwana, sisi kuna upungufu mkubwa wa Kenya, marafiki zangu, ya watu wajinga. We have some people in this country who know very well that they do not have what it takes to be president of this country. And they want to resurrect their already stifled political career by changing the constitution. The Hustler Nation will not allow any change in the constitution that will give room to more taxation for the Kenyan people so that we can fund those offices that will be created by those new offices.
A few hours after the DP's statements, things are not cozy. Led by ANC Party Secretary General, politicians from Western Kenya, drawn from the Amani National Congress and Orange Democratic Party, claimed Ruto's open defiance to a constitution review is disrespectful to the agreement of the handshake between President Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga.
Ruto is pursuing an agenda which is in direct conflict with the president. We now know who sent Didmas Baraza and characteristically questioning the president on his handshake with Raila Amolo Odinga. Days after, Ruto unconvincingly reiterated his support for the handshake while accompanying the president and Raila in Nyanza tour. It is disturbing because Ruto moves are making Kenyans wonder whether Ruto supports President Uhuru Kenyatta or opposes him, whether Ruto is working with the government or against the government. Our take is that Ruto is undermining the president and his agenda for a progressive, corrupt-free and united Kenya.
They said Ruto is one of the biggest beneficiaries of the 2010 constitution, stating that if the DP is tired of being deputy president, let him resign and form his own government. They also called the DP to abolish his frequent tours in Western, as Luhya Nation is not an experimental ground for his presidential campaigns. This is now a no-go zone and we don't want him in Western. On the other hand, Ford Kenya Party leader Moses Wetangula has also backed calls to have a referendum to change the constitution, stating that there is inevitable probability of creating structures that may create one or two offices.
President Uhuru's legacy will not be limited to a handshake. He has to make serious structural, constitutional and legal reforms that will give this country an opportunity to go to the next elections and elections thereafter without Kenyans of different shades of opinion seeing each other as enemies.
And KUTV.